Prabhat. I'm feeling great.
Hello friends, welcome to Godlywood Studio and to Light of Knowledge. And you know that we have been talking about meditation and the immense powers which it can awaken. So come let us continue the discussion on powers. I think we have finished 4. There are 4 most powers remaining to be discussed. So to continue with the discussion, we have Rupa Behenji with us. Behenji, welcome to the studio, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We have looked into 4 powers. If I remember, it was the power to tolerate, then it was the power to accommodate, then to understand the difference, the discrimination, and then to take decision. What are the next 4 powers?
As I told, the power is itself is a strength within, and that can be used in various ways. To highlight the most important one, we are just making people understand how these 8 forms of powers can be more attainable and also useful in our day-to-day activities. So, continuation with this, once a person takes the decision, he has to put that decision into action. For that, he needs lot of inner strength of facing situations. Many times we decide something, but while practically doing, we come across with many struggles and obstacles and so-called situations.
And then we become loose in our decisions also.
Sometimes we take our steps back because we are not able to overcome that situations. During that time, a good yogi will have inner strength so strong that let anything can come. Let me come anything, but I will move on, because whatever I have taken the decision, it is beneficial for me as well as to others. And here the soul conscious stage will help him, because he will understand whatever the deeds I am going to do now, this is absolutely giving me fruits now, even after this birth also. And therefore he will think about even the future and be so determined to do that in his action. And once he take up that much determination, definitely he moves forward with stability. And because he moves one step ahead, he becomes a leader to many people, and that's how people follow him. And even though thousands of people follow him, but he remains in the place of first because he becomes the example. Though the same thing is passed by many people, but they remain in second place, hence they are known as followers. And the one who takes the step ahead with his stability and having clear vision, he remains as a leader and guide for others. And therefore, once he becomes so strong, people who follow him, they become more cooperative to him. And therefore, the power of cooperation he receives as well as he gives to others.
So what you try to say is, in order to receive cooperation, we need to be a leader, because it is a common complaint of everyone that he is not cooperating, that person is not cooperating with me. So, and we have already discussed that other people's behavior are quite their own and we don't have a direct control over it. So I think being a leader is the only solution to get cooperation.
Today we understand the word leader is to command on others. But here I am not talking about such leadership. Leader is the one who leads with his actions. Even a small thing, if we want to get done by others, first I have to do this work. And thus impact will be so deep, whether I say or not, people will just do it. And this happens at home, in the office, in the society, wherever we are. And we can just experiment this logical thought in our action. Whatever we want to get done by others, first you start doing. For example, I just remember one live example. When I was in Bombay, we were just taking care of some foreigners coming to Mount Abu. During that time, we were associated with many brothers. And one brother, because that building was 3 floors building, and sometimes we want to call somebody. So it was very difficult for us to climb the steps 3 floors and come down. So sometimes in order to call, we used to call from the ground floor. So a person will come from the room outside and stand near the balcony and talk. So one brother was there who used to shout. So that was little disturbing. So I said, "Oh, don't shout, brother, like that." So he said, my volume is that I cannot control. So I started slowly talking with him with lower voice and with more and more soothing way. And after 1 week or 10 days, I saw the change in him. He started talking with lower voice, and that was automatic change in him. So in the beginning, when I commanded him, please talk slowly, he immediately reacted and gave the response that I cannot change because my volume is that. I talk with this much volume. But later I started speaking with him slowly with the lower voice, with sweetness and soothing effect. Then that made him feel automatically change, and in course of time he started speaking as we wished, in the sense with the normal lower voice. This one small example I am sharing, but this can happen in each and every field with a different situation.
I think, Benji, this is happening nowadays all the time. When we accuse someone, they immediately become defensive, and then all the solution for that problem is not happening. So I think we need to be careful about accusing someone.
Yeah, it is a matter of simply I doing. I just have to focus what I have to do. If I am doing what I want and the same I expect from others, simply start doing, people will follow you. And that's how Pitashri Brahma Baba, when he had a vision of making the new world order from God the Supreme, he just started doing. He never wait for somebody or whether they are doing or not. So much opposition was there and people were not able to understand what actually he is trying to do. But he was very clear about his vision, what he has to do. And once he took a very brave step, and see, the whole mass just follows. And that's how he remains in the place of leader.
And I've heard that Brahma Baba actually never accused anyone, even if the other person has done something wrong. And I have even heard that when those little children who was with them, when they wanted to tell some complaint about anyone to Brahma Baba, they forgot coming near to him what they wanted to tell.
That happens because he had so much good wishes on everybody. Never was thinking that this person, this child cannot do it. He was having very clear understanding. When they understand, they will start doing. Why they are not doing? Because they have not yet understood the benefit and the method or urge to do it. So there is a time gap in changing, bringing change in each person, and the level of motivation. And therefore he was always giving space. Okay, have you understood this concept? If you have that is not understood, definitely the person will not try to do it. And therefore he was not feeling bad for anybody that why they are not following, but he was only an inspiration. He just started doing and people got inspiration. And that is the quality, to get cooperation and give cooperation. And then the most important power through meditation we get is to power to control. Power to rule on ourselves and power to control our senses and also the inner powers, which is very essential if we want to reach whatever the destination or the aim and object we have, because lot of energy is necessary once we want to achieve something. And if we don't try to control our sense organs, which is diverted, distracted here and there, then our focusing, our energy cannot be put into the same direction. And therefore, yogi who constantly meditates and remains in the conscious of soul, he uses his sense organs at right time with right need and not letting it go out of his control, and rules on these sense organs and also rules in his, on his mind, because thought power is the subtle power which guides all our sense organs. And meditation is again focusing within ourselves and making our mind more positive, more stronger and more pure and more powerful. So once mind becomes powerful, automatically the ruling power gets into the action with all sense organs. And hence this won't be very difficult for a regular meditator to have pure vision, pure diet, and listening the right things and doing the right actions, and this comes automatically.
When you're talking about this power which you just said, looking into oneself, because we have a habit of looking outside to the world because all the sense organs are directed towards the world. So invariably we find ourselves looking to that, looking to this, listening, observing from the world. So I think this is a very high stage of Rajyoga meditation, and those normal people, ordinary people like us, is it possible to because controlling the senses has been considered as the greatest aim of yoga.
See, this happens when we regularly practice soul conscious stage while in action. So, we have a beautiful experience and also practice during the day, each every hour. We take few minutes, like 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, just sit in silence and have self analysis, or just allow your thoughts to see what I am doing, what not I am doing, and just go to your soul conscious stage and experience few minutes of peacefulness. And that peaceful vibration brings back the sense organs to one awareness. Too much of engaging in only activities, and the end of the day we try to see what I have done, what is wrong and what is right, whether I have done okay or not. Till that time the time is over and already whatever I have done is done. So God is teaching a beautiful method to check ourselves at each hour. So every hour, just 1 or 2 minutes, sit in silence. This is another way we talk about traffic control, traffic of the mind. Thoughts simply we are creating, and just to have little pause and see whether the direction is okay, and think of the Supreme Almighty, and that will give re-energizing ourselves and redirecting whether I am moving in the same direction. And second thing, before going to sleep, let us check the whole day what I have done. Another way, a yogi is always having the experience of withdrawing his sense organs whenever he wants. So a good meditator will have a beautiful practice of being introverted as well as coming in the extrovertedness. More extrovertedness again takes our energy to different directions, and again to bring it back to a focusing may be little difficult, and therefore it's very important to practice at each hour. Even a person is very busy also, 1 minute, 2 minutes he can spend for himself and just relax and have little bit of checking ourselves. And then continuation with this power, we also get the power of be preparedness. That's called the power to pack up. Pack up in the sense, as we all know, we are travelers in this world drama, and God is giving a clear understanding that this is life journey and the cycle itself is coming to an end, and we have to move to a new cycle, that is new beginning. So when we have to go to the new beginning, the old things will not work there, and therefore people feel very difficult to bring change. We hold the things of the old very tightly and would like to go to the new thing and a new place. But here God is rejuvenating us, adorning with the new sanskar and new nature, that is the soul's pure nature, and whatever the impurities, negativities and the burdens and unwanted things we are carrying, through meditation we are becoming lighter, because it will just gets removed from our presence, because when we are touched with God in meditation, that pure energy passes, and therefore whatever sins we have committed so far, that burden will also be lightening, and therefore we feel very light and also feel like flying in the meditation. And this kind of change continuously, when we bring one point where we feel, yes, now I have no bondage and I am very light and I am ready to give, and that's the time God uses us for world service.
Behenji, I think that was really beautifully explained. And again, there are a few questions in mind regarding powers. I think we will discuss it in the coming episode. As such, it is time for us to move into the next session. So, dear friends, today that was a fruitful discussion as usual. We are learning about powers, how they help us to take our life to the next level, especially the power of cooperation. We all want everyone to cooperate with us, but that happens only when I take control of myself, when I become a sovereign, a self sovereign in the language of spirituality. And when I take control of myself, people naturally cooperate. There is no other way. So let us keep this message in mind and move on to the next session. Question of the day. Benji, we have a question on email. I am Namita from Orissa and I am a housewife. Some people say they are facing problems since birth. God has created them like that. Is it true?
In this present society, if we ask anybody, are you problem free? I think almost everybody will say the same answer. We are, from the birth, we are facing one or the other problem. So, in that way, everybody is moving in the same boat. Therefore, it is not that we don't have problems or we are only having problems, therefore others are not having problem. But the way you take that problem and move forward is the awareness that God is teaching here. It's a, what we say, like the vision, the way you see, the attitude towards that problem. Maybe I am born in a poor family, that may be a big problem for me. Or I am born in a place where I could not get all the facilities, or financial problem maybe, or I have lost my parents in the childhood itself. Like that, there are so many situations that every individual faces. But from childhood, if at all we are facing one or the other problem, God might have given facing energy also. And therefore, let us consider problem is like an opportunity and life is to just accept it and move forward and enjoy solving the problem. If we take in that sense, I think we will not feel bad or sad with the so-called situation which are negative.
Benji, there are still more questions coming regarding problems. I think we are short of time and we will take it in the coming episodes. We have another question from Namita herself. My second question is, I want to become like the dadis of Brahma Kumaris. Is that possible?
Beautiful thought, highly appreciable. So, God is giving that vision to everybody. They are the real examples to the whole world. These who have become seniors and also the guide and also supporters for the spiritual well-being and also spiritual path, and they are real spiritual lights of the world. And to become like that, the aim is very good. For that, first of all, one has to have the knowledge about the spirituality and the wisdom, and then start applying in the life, and then follow the same path what they have. Let them read their biographies and how they have come in their life and enjoyed that divinity and divine connection with God. And it is possible that everybody can move behind them step by step. And while practicing spiritual path, we all come across with so many obstacles. Reading their biography, their life experiences will definitely guide everybody to move on and reach that destiny.
Dadis has been practicing meditation for I think past 65, 70, 75 years. So that itself is a great achievement, and I don't know we can practice it for that much long, because when we came into meditation, actually our age also does matter. So still I think, as you said, we can have that vision in front and move forward.
Whatever the time we have come across with the touch of knowledge, let us begin from there.
So that was a really beautiful thought of becoming like the dadis of Brahma Kumaris. Dadis, through their practice of meditation and their connection with God, has reached to such a great level. Their mere presence is enough to do great services for people. So that is practice, and it is good that we are keeping such a high aim. Somebody has said that keeping low aim is a sin, and to become like that is, of course, is possible, but we need to put in so much effort after that. So now we go to the last session of our episode, that is the attitude, virtue, and contemplation. So, Benji, as usual, it is our practice time. What is today's attitude and today's virtue?
Let us take today the attitude of making others our friends.
Mhm.
Irrespective of what they are, who they are, whoever come in contact with us,
Mm.
it is nice to make them our people, accepting them as our friends. And this will make relationship lighter, and also sharing and caring comes along with this. Friendship is so beautiful word that where there is no demand and there is no commanding feelings, and it is just to accept them, and there is natural flow of love in that relationship. And the virtue that supports this attitude is give and forgive.
Mm.
People always count how much I have given and also wait for how much I will receive. Instead, if we have this virtue, just give and forgive, so our human relations becomes more beautiful and meaningful.
So, Benji, now it is time for us to practice. So, if you can take us along the reflection on meditation.
Sit in a comfortable position. Take long breath and relax. Visualize yourself as a point of divine light residing in the center of your forehead. Being in this awareness, let me see each and every individual who are also a points of lights, divine beings, playing beautiful role in this world drama. Whenever I see anybody, I see through this vision of awareness of the soul that they are my brother souls, irrespective of what they are, irrespective of their caste, creed, religion, cult, color, etc. I just respect everyone as my brother souls. Hence, I feel more friendly with everyone, making everyone as my own. It's a beautiful attitude towards everyone. This gives me to feel loveful as well as belongingness with everyone. I start giving what I have and just forgive what I have given. Either it is love, peace, happiness, or any kind of help or support. Giving is my natural quality. In giving, I feel very happy. In giving, there is deeper level of satisfaction. In giving, I come closer to the God, the Supreme Father. as we all remember God as a great donor. He just gives and gives and gives. Being the child of Supreme Father, as I move closer to my spiritual father, so much I fill myself with the powers, peace, purity, happiness, and also bliss in myself. In return, I start giving to all souls, which gives me in return deep satisfaction. Thus, I become more meaningful to others. My existence in this world gives me. There is meaning in my life. As I start giving, I make every place more comfortable and peaceful. Om Shanti.
Thanks a lot, Benji. As usual, you have taken us through a beautiful journey of meditation, and we will continue this practice so that it becomes a habit and help us through the journey of life. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, friends, that has been a wonderful session of meditation. As usual, we learned a lot, and this meditation which we practice, I think you will not confine it just to these episodes. Every morning, every evening, please find time and sit in meditation. And if you make this a practice, if you make this a habit, definitely as we move along, there will be untold benefits waiting for us. So keep along with us in this journey of meditation, and we are finding a way how we can bring that golden age in the world, first by bringing that golden age inside ourselves. So it is goodbye for today. Thanks a lot for joining us. Any question, any query, any suggestion, please write to us, email us, or call us on our number. Until we meet again in the next episode, it's a goodbye from all of us.